Welcome back to the Jordan's Garage YouTube channel. I have two washed trucks and I'm loading up because tomorrow is another test and tune day at Lucas Oil Raceway Park here in Indy. And they call it Wild Wednesdays. So I'm going to load the truck up tonight so it's ready to go tomorrow after work. And we'll go out there and hopefully get another 3 or 4 passes in. Rudy's is literally a week and a couple days away. So that's coming up real quick. I got rear brakes and a wheel seal to do on this. I just found out a couple days ago. I gutted the parking brake on this thing and realized that the brakes were pretty well shot and I had a leaking wheel seal on one side. So doing all that. This truck is getting a trans service, new fluid, deep pan, thermal bypass. It was supposed to get a valve body, but I keep getting screwed over by my tuner for a set of revised tunes for the different trans tuning that the valve body requires. So that's not going to get done before Rudy's, but we're going to load everything up here. And yeah, next clips after that I'll probably be heading to the track or at the track. Goofy ass hanging exhaust that this thing had is fixed. Okay, little update. I intended on videotaping going to the track again for a testing tune session, just another kind of same thing that was in the last video. It was right after work, so I was kind of in a hurry to get out there because the place, if you local to the area, you know, Lucas Oil Stadium gets ridiculously busy and they are pretty slow on top of that as far as how they operate. Came out, started the truck up, got in it, put it in drive, looked down at my dash and realized that my right front tire was at 20 pounds of air. Got out right on top of the tire. Screw. Wasn't even shaved down from driving or anything. I'm pretty positive I picked it up in my own driveway. At that point, I wasn't really prioritizing videoing. I should have, because, you know, I'm not a good YouTuber yet, I guess. So that's what I should have done, but I didn't. Good friend of mine. He has a silver 07 and a half, 3rd gen 6.7 mini cab. And called him 2 seconds later. He was pretty much in my driveway. Pulled my turd out of the way, hooked his up, put air in the tire so he could drive his truck just a mile down the road to his house and get home. And I took off in his truck with the trailer. Got the track a little late. Place was absolutely packed. Gorgeous here in Indiana right now, weather-wise. So, and yeah, made one pass. I sprayed it just for fun because the truck's pretty much running what I want it to for 770, so I sprayed it to see what it would do. Did a 728 in the 8th, so that was cool. Yeah, I just didn't film anything. Just got done tightening that tire up, took it off earlier and dropped it off at my tire shop to get it patched. They put a nice patch in the inside. Should be good. Still got this turd loaded up. Going to hook up now, unload the truck, put everything back in my driveway, and T-minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 days before we head to North Carolina. I've realized this video is going to be an absolute cluster, but oh well. Gonna get started here now. Let's see, this is Friday, so we're about little under a week away from heading to Rudy's. So gonna be doing a couple things to the transmission of my mega cab. Not everything I wanted to do. There should be a valve body here, but there isn't. So I got a couple gallon of Mopar ATF4 BD pan. I know this looks like a BD sponsorship, but it's not. BD pan, BD thermal bypass, and new filters and blah 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 blah. So gonna get working on that. All right, towards the end of that last time-lapse clip, you probably saw, probably didn't see everything get buttoned completely up in that video. It's because this BD pan that you saw, I guess I just chose the wrong pan. And, you know, I think I said in the past, I'm going to give you my honest opinion of products that I buy on the stuff that I use. And, you know, I'll make sure that I'm not speaking out of line or on something that I made a mistake on. I got this thing all boxed back up, but here you can see the part number. You can see that it is for 08 to 2268 RFEs. 07.5 to 12 6.7s with 68s behind them. They do not have the thermal bypass, and they have a different style or different setup on the cooler lines, the trans cooler lines, which allow for pretty much any kind of pan that you would want to run. You know, there's nothing really in the way of a deep pan. On the 13 plus trucks, and I don't know if this is also on the 19 to 22s. I'm not sure. I haven't been underneath one of those yet. But on 13 to 18 trucks, you have a thermal bypass. As a matter of fact, where'd it go? Right here, this guy. This is the factory, and you can see inside here, there's a little, basically it's, keeps your transmission at a certain X temp, reaches that temp, I think it's somewhere around 170 degrees, I'm not sure, don't quote me, and they're failure prone, so that's why you get rid of those. You can just put a little built block from whoever, they're all the same, there's 15 different companies that make them. I chose a BD one. It was black and it looked good. That got installed and it's fine. Works great. But this BD pan does not have... So basically in the instructions, it says on 13 and up trucks, you need to massage or manipulate the transcooler lines minorly or a little bit. And that couldn't be farther from the truth, at least on my truck. And I know my truck hasn't been tampered with before. There was just absolutely no way that BD deep 68 pan will fit on a 13 to 18 truck without really messing with your cooler lines. And I just wasn't willing to do that. So I ended up putting the stock pan back on. It's fine. It's not exactly what I wanted. I wanted the ability, I wanted the added fluid capacity, and I wanted the drain plug. I did a little bit more research after the fact and realized that a lot of the other brands, Mag High-Techs, PPE, couple others, RevMax, they all have release casted into them. That way you do not have to do anything to the cooler lines to be able to install them. It's real small. You can look it up. It's extremely simple to find. There's not a whole lot of like articles of people complaining about the BD ones, and I didn't feel comfortable yanking on my lines, or maybe I don't have the right tool to. I don't know. I'm not going to bend factory hard lines. So, anyways, that didn't get done. So that was the end of that. From here, I'm gonna probably end this video out after we load up, probably Tuesday or Wednesday, doing some last couple things here. I do think that I have an issue. Well, I'm not sure. I have to diagnose it tomorrow when we have some better weather. At the track, it didn't seem like I was having trouble spooling the turbo. I was having trouble getting on top of it. Usually it's very simple to get that truck to spool. I do so by way of a torque management bypass switch. And if you're a VP guy, you probably know what I'm talking about. 01s, and I don't know exactly what years have them, but my truck is equipped with torque management. And basically you ground out a wire. I forget exactly which wire it is. You ground out a wire and you put it on a switch, because you don't want it ground out all the time. Put it on a switch, and it allows the truck to not stutter at high RPMs. It doesn't cut fuel at high RPMs. It allows you to stay on the brake and, on the converter and spool a turbo up. And it didn't seem like it was working. So I'm going to test that here. A little interruption here in the middle of this clip. As you can tell, the charger just wouldn't spool at all. In the next clip, you'll see that I get out and grab the bottle and put the bottle in. Comes up on the charger just fine. What I didn't film was, after that, I took the truck out, drove it about 5 miles, ran it through the gears several times, came back, parked it, no nitrous, came right up on the turbo, perfectly fine. I mean, 20, 25 pounds, no problem, no nitrous. So the problem was me being an idiot and just not letting the truck get to a good point in its temperatures for it to work the way it should. Now I'm going to clean everything up and load everything up. Okay, got everything washed up. Getting all my stuff together. Gonna load up this evening, and I think that's plenty enough babbling from me on this video, so I'm gonna end it here. Thanks for watching this one, especially if you made it this far. Hopefully, first thing in the morning, we'll be on our way to North Carolina, so maybe finally have some decent content to post up. So thanks for watching. Please like the video if you're watching this. Subscribe if you haven't, and yeah, thanks.